So, what is greasing the groove? Greasing the groove, basically, the idea is to do small bouts of exercise throughout the day to kind of build as frequency builders to your main workout. So, say for example, I want to develop my back. I have a pull up bar in the other room. Every few hours, I will go and I'll do a few pull ups. I won't go to failure, I won't go crazy, but I'll do a few reps. And it does build a lot of muscle. And I have experimented with it and built quite an impressive amount of muscle from it until you reach this point where it just becomes not worth it anymore because for me at least what happens is you just overtrain because you're putting excess stress on your body and it's hard to really build strength in your main workouts, but you can use kind of elements of it if you want to design your own program. Now, the way I design my programs are for average people, so I actually build some semblance of this principle into the programs, but in a way that won't overtrain the body and overtax the body because I find body weight exercise with weights, etc., or compound lifts like push ups and pull ups, they do fry you and you don't want to be feeling like that. So I use bands. The important thing with bands again, so the idea is you can on the off days use resistance bands 2 or 3 times a day to get a bit of a pump. 1 to 3 times a day really is what we recommend. But essentially, what you need to recognize is with bands, a lot of people can overtrain with bands. So the whole idea with these little frequency builder sessions is they're not really a workout, they're just there to facilitate recovery. So when you put blood into the muscle, even if your muscle is still actually sore, like my arm is kind of sore today because I trained my shoulders today, it's still beneficial despite it being a bit sore to go and put some blood in there because that will sort of facilitate recovery a bit. Now, the issue with bands is people overdo the intensity. They use bands that are too heavy. So you want to use a band that's moderate to light. There's all different tensiles of bands. I have a bag of bands in the other room, and you'll see if you go through the bag that they're very different. Like some of them they feel like nothing. Other ones are very punishing, despite the fact that they're just rubber bands. So that's an important thing, guys. So you can use elements of this stuff, but you have to always moderate the intensity. You don't want it to be too intense. All you want to do is basically just get a bit of a squeeze. You want to mentally, I think bands are very good for connectivity to the muscle. But you really just want to facilitate recovery and send like a small muscle building signal, but that's it. And then you leave it. So about 5 to 10 minutes, kind of target the whole body with resistance bands. You can do chest press, you can do chest fly, you can do bicep curls for isolation, you can do shrugs with bands, and you can do some things like body weight squats. Push ups and pull ups, I wouldn't repeatedly do throughout the day. There are some benefits, but I find most people just get fried doing them.